There we go. What is up, everybody? I'm Sonny Las Vegas, jumping in on YouTube unexpectedly, but there's never really a time frame to do anything until you're set on doing something. Um, Later on, Mikey Bags of Money is going to be on. Hopefully, the weather is good for a signal for everybody that's going live. There's starting to be some thunderstorms out in my area, Centenary area of Las Vegas, and hopefully Mikey has better conditions than what I do. Afterwards, we're going to end up rating him. I'm going to see about getting his link and going over and pushing everybody over towards his live hangout that he does and have been doing back up again on Fridays. Um, how is everybody doing? It's been a while since I've been live, and I wanted to come on just to warm up the wheels, get the rust off, because next week I have several friends that are going to be joining me. It's going to be Katie and Vicky, the masterminds behind the BOSS Reseller Remix. I just came back from a huge event of FlipCon. Um, Let me know if y'all could hear me in the chat. I didn't do my little checks. I just jumped on and was having a little camera issue. Give me a second. Yeah, everything seems good on that side. Carrying one, Sonny and Mikey in one night. Woo! Yeah, so I was doing live chats on Thursdays for the longest time, and I was still trying to figure out things, and I still am on YouTube, this content world. Hi, Lynn. We got Linda in the house. What's up, everybody? Uh, the Deltuckians. I remember you because Carrie was breaking it down. The Deltuckians, saying which Deltuckians, and that taught me something that day when she was live with me. And I'm going to be seeing her soon. But 31 people, amazingness. Thank you all for coming in. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. And if you're a fan, hate watcher, go ahead and hit the thumbs down. It lets me know you're there. Nobody else can see you, but um, anyways, what's up, Charlie Fleecon? What's going on? I hope the California weather is not too bad for you over there. Prayers to Maui. I've been following the news for several days now, as majority of the nation has, and wow, just some crazy news coming out from that side of Hawaii, of the Aina, and it's unbelievable. Some things. It just when I was in the military, and even a bigger part was, well, I would say the post office. I used to work for USPS. USPS, the military, always doing training, evacuations, procedures, and also working at the Wynn Casino. They are big on training. There's so much people. Some people aren't there the same day, so they try to get people to catch up on what the training was out when things happen. And following the news out in Maui, I'm just like, geez, when people say they're being trained and something like this happened, not that I was trying to go in this direction of the YouTube content, because that's not my norm, but I will say it's like when things like this happen and you start saying you're trained or this or that, people are going to start breaking down what exactly you're trained on, who, what, when, and where. And it does go back to the trainers, it does go back on certificates, logins, when and where, how many hours, what type of training. And it gets really intense because when you're liable for lives, that's one of the hardest and heaviest things I've carried on my chest and shoulders. When I became a sergeant in the military and I started having soldiers under me, it was fine training them. But as soon as we got orders to go to Iraq, uh, this was not my second time. When I went the first time, I was not in a leadership position. So the second time that I went and they said we're going to Iraq, immediately I'm thinking of, how do I get everybody back home? How do I not panic? How do I not just lose it in the chaos? And thankfully, by doing my best and soldiers listening to me when they did, we all came back safe and sound with a little bit of screws loose. But even without going into the military, that happens with a lot of people. PTSD is a real thing, regardless if you went and put on a uniform. People face it every day going through tragic stuff. And sometimes it takes forever to cope with. And sometimes you never learn how to cope through it. And I'm very thankful and grateful. I had some really good therapists after going through around 3 or 4 of them in the VA, that they finally spoke my language and talked to me the way they needed to. and looked out for me. When I was asking for help going through therapy, I wasn't looking at anything other than not wanting to feel like getting rid of myself. I just wanted to feel comfortable. I wanted to feel normal. And the therapist told me, she said, Sonny, you're never going to be normal again. Your definition of normal is not going to be normal. But where you are now and how you're growing and learning how to cope with stuff, your normal is different than other people's normal. But there's going to be normal people like that, like myself, that I'm going to be able to get along with. But I have a lot to learn. And it took years. I had a lot of anxiety going into crowds when I people see me as like a huge social butterfly, and I am. But it's a lot of processing in my head to really soak in, this is how much people I'm going to be around. This is how what I may go through. People are going to walk behind me. People are going to be so close to me that they're in my comfort zone and I'm going to freak out. But knowing I'm going to freak out, that's a target or a trigger. And learning my triggers has helped me just not even have to say anything, just walk away, calm down, recap everything, remind myself that I'm not in a dangerous situation, and then just repeat the process. That's coping, little by little, baby steps. And this taught me a lot of things, especially being out in the world, transitioning from a civilian to an individual who works for myself, but with others as being a reseller. So I'm really thankful. I feel like if I didn't become a reseller, I would be going through a lot of mental struggles that was really hurting me big times. When the therapist asked how I feel the first time, when the one that actually wanted to listen to me and just hear me out, she said, "How do you feel with what I'm going through?" And I told her the best way I could describe it is that I felt like I was a tin can, like a soda can, being crushed every day, little by little, and wanting to expand at the same time. And she was like, "Wow, that's pretty intense. You know, you're feeling like you're shrinking, but you're feeling like you're exploding at the same time." And I guess from that, she probably thought like I'm a ticking time bomb, which makes sense. And I feel like I was. And she said, "Sonny, you shouldn't be working with anybody. You're nuts. You're crazy, but we're gonna help you out." And she did. Ladies and gents, thanks for coming in. It's very spontaneous of me to just jump on YouTube, but I wanted to jump on. I miss you all. Wanted to see how you all are doing. And 50 of you said, "Hey, what is this? What is this Fabio looking dude over here with the long hair doing? Let's go check him out because you're probably not doing nothing." And if you were, thank you for putting me first for a moment. I really, really appreciate you all. Where's everybody watching from? Did any of y'all go to FlipCon? FlipCon was amazeballs. So much people. I did get anxiety to segue into that from being there, but I did the same thing that I was talking about. I stepped away, I came back. On the last day, I was burnt out. Like burnt. I think it was like around 5 p.m. and I was already thinking about a pillow. That could be my age. I feel like the older I get, like things happen. I know when I was 30, it felt like my metabolism just started kicking my soul in, and I was swelling from abuse. So turning 40, I started noticing more and more pain with my body being stiff and bloat. And I was like, crappers. And I used to be in such amazing shape, but then damn sciatica. Sciatica, no bueno. No bueno at all. Linda Villa, carrying one. Thank you for discussing mental health. It is so very important to normalize such discussions. Um, I'm glad you said that. Can I highlight this? I don't remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've been on. I'm glad you brought that up because, ladies and gents, there is a friend here in the chat. This is Matt, not for my society. I just, not just, but he had came over to my house. He's told me this for months now that he's been trying to work on a platform to talk about mental health with other resellers in the community. If I believe Matt had said that if people want to reach out to him and be involved and talk to him and share their story, how they work and cope with things, that he would do that. That you got to reach out to him. So Matt, let me highlight him again. He is right here, Not For My Society. You can check him out here on YouTube. He has interviewed Katie and Vicky, who are, like I said earlier, the masterminds of the Boss Reseller Remix. They are gonna have another Boss Reseller Remix here in October. And you know what? I should highlight that. Give me a second to let me do this, because there is some information to share with you that you may win a free ticket from another reseller who offered this. And I should have had this ready, but this was all spontaneous. Like I said, I just felt the urge of wanting to jump on and see how everybody was doing and catch you up on what I've been doing lately. It's been a lot more than what I could really share on YouTube, because I'll just be editing still. Um, where should I go to? Let's go FlipCon. Let me get this information here. I'm actually going to highlight. Give me a second, my friends. And if you have any questions, please drop them down there in the comments. I'm going to Boss Reseller Remix. All right, so I'm going to drop the link for the Boss Reseller Remix right here. And once it scrolls up, because there's like little emojis that's not letting me click on the three buttons. But if you want some tickets or looking at getting some, check out the Boss Reseller Remix. I have it down in the comments right now. Did I highlight it? I don't remember if I highlighted it. No, I didn't. Replace pin message. Yes, I replaced it. I replace you. So yeah, Matt was Matt, Not For My Society. He's been in a couple of my videos. Yeah, all the way back from the thrift store that we were in to the bins. I think the bins twice. Excuse me. We've been to the bins several times, but we can't record there. So can't share what we can record. Cameron, what's up, Cameron? You were just on the second episode that just dropped yesterday. Sonny, nice. I will watch it later. I appreciate it. Matt is trying to figure it out. A lot of this is new to him, and he has some really great ideas that I'm very supportive in, and other people are too, like Katie and Vicky, who already had their first talk with them, which was really nice. So it's nice to hear and see his progress for myself, because it's very important with mental health. I believe a lot of people have issues, they just don't want to admit it. And for me, for years, I've denied that, or I denied myself believing that I could fix it myself. And I will tell you this, ladies and gents, you could only fix so much. There's a point to where enough is enough, as the old saying goes, but it's still relevant. Every day somebody's saying it, probably like once every 5 minutes. When you get so far and things aren't working out, it's time to make some changes. One of my biggest changes that has helped me a lot, and I was always against, other than getting help, professional help, which I finally gave into it. But even years after going through therapy and helping myself and others helping me, accepting them into my brain and my life, I started looking at meds. One of the newest doctors that I had him for probably a little over 6 months now. And I would have had another one longer, but he ended up transferring out of state. So I ended up getting a new doctor, a new therapist, not therapist, a new doctor. And he was telling me, you've been off and on meds. And I was like, well, I get meds because they prescribe them, but I don't take them because I don't believe in them. But now I'm here today, that day, and I want to change. I need to change. And I think it's called Stradalin. I'm not pro meds or anything, or other than go seek help if you need help. So they ended up helping me. It was like I took my first dose, which I don't feel any type of way, like jumpy or jittery or drowsy. That one thing I hate is that some meds that I took in the past when I couldn't sleep knocked me out. But then the next day or two, because I'm so sensitive, I have a very, very low tolerance to medication because I don't take them. I would never take them. So I ended up taking these meds and they hit very fast. That day, I remember just sitting on the couch and sinking like this. I was just sinking on the couch, and I'm just putting my arms out, and I'm like looking like, what's going on here? What what is this? Like, this feels so new to me. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I was comfortable. I was relaxed for once. I was intense. I didn't have my shoulders up to my ear. I wasn't feeling the arthritis and sciatica. Like, I felt like I don't know, like, I was just cured somehow, and I've been taking my meds ever since then, on the lowest dosage as possible. It's helped me with OCD, which the new doctor diagnosed me with, because each doctor and every time somebody talks to you, I feel really good therapists and doctors are gonna ask you questions and pinpoint the priority issues to work on. And then the more you talk, the more they get to know you. Other things you'll say or you do, or they ask and it sparks something that you mention, and they pinpoint another issue. It's a good thing, and it's not a bad thing. I used to feel and hate things were wrong with me. And now I'm like, I'm happy to find things that are wrong with me. So that way I could fix them. Cause being married to somebody else, or in a relationship, or even just a relationship with your friends or yourself, it's hard and difficult to be vulnerable to those types of things. Um, in the past, for me, I was raised to not say nothing. You do what I tell you to do. You sit there. It's like the old saying. People say, "Sit there and look pretty." And I sat there and looked pretty. So what was I good at? I sat there and looked pretty. So growing older, they're like, "Hey, you need to do this," and I was like, "Well, all I was ever taught was sit there and look pretty." And then it's like, "Hey, you need to work hard." So I worked hard, but I worked too damn hard, and it's such a thing. The curse of a good worker, of a good employee, is that they're the ones that are most likely going to be called on 90% of the times. And the reason why they probably don't call you, because you're probably on a lunch break, or you're probably off that day. Like, that's just the way it is. Cameron, I'm going to be in Vegas next month, Sonny, to for the Steelers. Oh, almost threw up in my mouth with that team right there. Don't think I could go to Vegas for a second time. Not in me well with you. You down for that? Yes, Cameron. I'll be happy to meet up with you and anybody else. Please message me. I am doing my best to get out there and meet as much people as possible, especially when they come into town. Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when you're in my chat and visit. Hi, everybody. Question: what are the greatest, highest price finds? Everybody, what is your greatest and highest price find? Mine is easy. It was one of my biggest finds ever, and I think it's still my top find ever. It was a Buffett Crampton, Buffett Crampton, yeah, Buffett Crampton clarinet. Um, it was appraised for $1,400. I put it on eBay for $1,400 worth the better offer option, and within 24 hours, I got an offer for $1,350. Best offer ever plus shipping. They paid for it, gave me a quick review, a positive review as soon as they got it out to somebody in New York. So you asked me a question, Sunshine. Let me ask you all a question. What do you feel is the most popular state that shops from you? I have Texas, Arizona, and I believe New York. Those are my top three states that I could think of the top of my head that I get orders from. It's almost almost like 80% of the time with electronics. Boom, Arizona. Flies out to Arizona quick. And going to Arizona when I did for the camp listing party, there's so much stuff out there. I can't wait to go back to Arizona, go meet some friends that are out there. My wife has, or I have family out there, my wife's cousins. And I can't wait. I can't wait to go back. Arizona is freaking amazing. Ladies and gents, 114 people in here. If you're here, then you're my people. Make sure you are subscribed. At 7 p.m. or when Mikey goes on, we are going to raid him. And I'm glad You're here to remind me to remind myself, which there's a funny story where I say that exact thing, tell myself to remind myself something. Eric, OBX picker, we've been following each other for years on social media. I believe we started like at the same time. Him, old school flips, um, Cat the Nurse Flipper. I believe Froggy Flips was a little after them, but he blew up. Um, Amazing guy. But Eric, I finally got to run into him and meet him at FlipCon, which again was amazing. It was 3 day event, almost four because of the ending morning before flying out the day after. Um, I was grateful and honored that Mike, Death Pile Picker, he saw me walking out and he was like, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to go to the airport. What time's your flight?" I said 11:30 or something, 10:30, 11:30. And he said, "No, you're gonna go garage selling." I said, "Mike, I get a flight and I don't want to miss it." I didn't tell him why, but I knew my wife would choke the hell out of me if I was to miss it. And he was like, "I got you." And throughout the whole time, which is what I love and admire about people that communicate with you, about every hour or so, from what was that, 6:30 up until like 9:30, he was on top of it. Around every 45 minutes, I would say, he would come up and say, "What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time. We got 3 hours." And he would look at the little routes that we're going to at the garage sales that we went to and shared in the video. And he was on top of it. And it made me feel really comfortable and not anxious because I do not like to be late. I do not like to be right on time. I'm the type of person that will be early, like 15, 30 minutes, and still feel like I'm late. My wife, my wife, at you. She's another animal. She's like, I'm only late when she says she's late. But Eric is somebody who I've always been admired by. Just great attitude, great personality, just all around great person. They also have Eric Cernock, Tim over the years. Tim over the years is what kickstarted me in the glass world. Glass, mainly glass. Like, there are people that are experts, and I feel like he's more than what I see other people do. Just amazing. I know people know stuff, but he comes across this stuff often, and he's also in the sports, so he has a passion for it as well. I believe he has his podcast coming up, back up again, for football. So I need to get that out there. But the boss, OBX Picker, Reseller Information Network. It's another podcast, great podcast to follow up on. They just spoke to Paul 10 YouTube accounts, Flipper, who is not even in Philly. He's out in Florida. And that was one of the questions that they asked him. The homeschool mom. What's her name? Ashley? I think she asked him, like, "Are you going to change your name?" I don't know if he replied or not, but that guy is busy. Paul, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, Viking giant. He's pretty awesome, fun guy to be around. Christina, Blinko vase was beautiful. The vases are beautiful. What did I miss here? Sorry, folks. I just tend to just jump in my own head and pour out what's going on up inside this little noggin. This brain has worked really well with ginkgo biloba. I love that vitamin. It's what I consider a vitamin, but it is really good for your brain to remember some stuff. It takes a while, but the more you believe in something, the more it works. It's like a placebo, as they say. Happy Friday. Aloha Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Actually, a couple of paintings. The Tuckians. I have the tendency to hide my issues, pain, because I can feel that I don't want to burden my family and friends. I continue to remind myself that they don't feel burdened by me sharing my struggles. That is a hard one. And it shouldn't be hard. It should be, because I know my struggles and how comfortable I am talking about them. Some people are told to master problems. You're all right. Being growing up Latino, Hispanic community, Tejano, Mexican, it's like they'll put an egg on you and say a saying, and that takes away all your pain. I was like, "Oh, no, 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 no." And I forget what my grandma would say. And supposedly it was supposed to make me feel better. So I would go get this cold egg, or they would crack an egg inside a cup. I think when I had like a cold, they'll get a glass. tall cup, put some water in it, and they'll crack an egg, and you're not supposed to crack the egg, and then they'll place 2 toothpicks on top. That would make like the sign of the cross. I don't know if it was meant to be the sign of the cross, a crucifix, or it was just an X. Like it was supposed to draw away some. I think the egg was supposed to bring in whatever is wrong with me, like sickness, and go into the egg, and then they throw the egg. There's some crazy stuff out there, folks. I'm glad to be a part of it. I think it's made me who I am today. But I will say, if the Tuckians, it's hard to want to express how you feel to some people that don't understand you. And I think that's what has helped me a lot with therapy, is that the therapist, more likely most of them, want to hear what you have to say to help you out. Unlike people who just pray, uh, I hope you get well. And they do mean that. I really believe people mean for people to get well and stuff. But I think at times it's like they don't know anything else what to do than to say those things. I hope you get better and I'll pray for you. And sometimes that's all you can do, and it helps out a lot. I do believe in the power of prayer. But I'm always available if you want to email me, and I'm welcome to it. If you want to just chit chat, it stays between us, and it doesn't go anywhere. I do not share my emails at all, even the negative ones and the stuff, the hate comments, and emails. That's all on the side. Nobody else sees that but me. I just block them anyways. Soda pair of Prada boots. What? A vintage Polo Ralph Lauren boots for this week for a good at least 10 times my monies. Nice, Matt. Nice. Matt was telling me he came across some really good items recently. And I was like, damn, where'd you find that? Because Matt's here in Las Vegas. So you got to check out his channel, folks. Check out the lives. He also has other plans that he's working on. Comma sales, let's go. D Fletcher, Sonny, you're still pretty in a good way. Hey, wink, wink. Oh, is my wife texting me? She left a little early. Yeah, she did. She just texted me. Okay, my love. Karla is a nurse, my wife, and she loves the night shift. I don't know how she does it, but she prefers to wake up later in the day, so it works well for her. She enjoys it. So she always texts me when she gets to work, whether we're mad or arguing or not. And so I'm glad she lets me know that she's there, especially in the rain. She left early, which is why I was saying that, because of the weather here in Las Vegas. A lot of people who jump into like the rain and drive, horrible drivers. I just saw something. Pokemon 1999 Japanese Generation 1 box sealed. Sold for $2,500. That is awesome. I was watching the Aussie Flipper, the Aussie Thrifter. I forget it. I forget Matt's name. Oh, what did Karla say? Oh, so tips right here next to me, because the thunder, he gets very scared. Oh, he gets very scared of thunder. It just spooks the crap out of him. You feeling better? It's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's just noise. It's just sound. Yeah. You want to say hello to everybody? Just be like, woof, woof. You don't want to give him a woof? No? All right, we'll put you down for a second, okay? You're making my leg go to sleep. Because you chunky, boy, like you're dead. But yeah, the Aussie, Matt, he ended up finding some amazing Pokemon cards. But that alone, Eric, that's freaking awesome. I have some cards that I just found after missing for 6 months. My wife found them, and I was trying to find these forever. I ended up listing some Magic the Gathering cards a while back. Speaking of cards, I ended up purchasing. This was like a summer ago, not this recent summer. Last year's summer. I ended up buying a shoebox for $10 of Magic the Gathering cards. One of the cards sold for $450, I think, to a friend. It was worth 550 or more, but the friend here locally was like, I'll buy it. So I gave him a little deal. He agreed to it and it worked out. Along with that $10 box of probably around 500 cards, I probably made $3,000 off of them. And some of them that I was listing, some for like 15, 20, and 10, some of them 30. I listed them and all of a sudden they disappeared. We ended up having a family party here, and I'm pretty sure what happened, I ran to the door and I put them somewhere, and they probably slipped somewhere, and somebody grabbed them and they put them there. And my wife probably seen them. She put them somewhere else, and then they just became lost. And what sucked about it is that I was getting orders off of them and had to message the people like, "Hey, I just lost them." That's one thing about the being a reseller, folks. Be organized. And another segue into this is that being organized after getting back, I was really inspired from FlipCon. Then I came back to get organized. I mentioned this in a previous video. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Hundreds of other resellers went to FlipCon, and the majority of us went over to the Goodwill Bins, who a Goodwill Bins representative actually went out to FlipCon and spoke to us. Now, there's some stories about the FlipCon and stuff. Of that person being there and some other things that happened. But other than that, I found it pretty cool that a representative would come and organize it and give us a thumbs up for as much people as did, ended up going to the bins and being okay with it. After around, I would say 2.5 hours or so, that's when like the locals started coming in. And by that time, everybody was already clearing out. But I think just about everybody, even as small as it was compared to here in Las Vegas and other places I've been to, like in California, several places, there was quite a bit of stuff to be found. And you got to be grateful for what's there, especially with how much resellers that were there. It was nuts. So much people. Native Hawaiian pickers. How's it, brother? Woo-hoo. I was cracking up. Has any of y'all seen uh, Fast and the Furious X with Jason Momoa? That dude in that video or movie, it was so good. We watched it 2 nights ago, and I ended up watching it again the following morning because Karla fell asleep, and I was like, "No, if you're gonna watch it, you gotta watch from the beginning." And he is freaking an amazing character in that movie. I was just like, this guy, his character was on point. He played a really, really, really good character. Like I think he was the best character in there. Uh New York, Florida, Cali. What's up, Angie Ferguson? We got Susan in the house. Don't be a bum. Hit that thumb. Oh, Shagan. Shagan was also there too. He was seeing the live premiere when I had it on, and he was like, not like the screenshot of him, but it wasn't a screenshot. I just zoomed in, and it comes like a little gritty. But I wanted people to know, like, I wish I could sit down and just at everybody's YouTube account, but not everybody has YouTube's channel. But if you know them, you do, and if not, you could just like at their name, tag them like, "Hey, I saw you in there," or you could mention them like, "Hey, you're in Sonny Las Vegas's video. He's talking a lot of smack about you. It could help me get some views up." Hey, Cali, sub dude. Cali Luis, is that who's in here? Cali Luis, what's up, primo? He is Cali Luis. Got to meet him after following each other for a while, thanks to Carry American Arbitrage. We went out to California because of Charlie Flipcon, who was up in here earlier. He had an event and does a lot of stuff in his community and is going to continue to do so without me even knowing that he is, or him having to say that he is. But such a great guy. We ended up going out his way and at a card show met Cali Luis. That's when he was Cali Reseller Luis. So it changed his name, a lot easier. I like it. It's good branding. And he's going to be coming out to the BOSS Reseller Remix. I did pin the link to get some tickets in there. And ladies and gents, if you can't make it in person, you could also get a virtual ticket and you could get a discount. Use my name, Sonny, just Sonny. I don't think they put in Las Vegas, but next Friday, what time is it? Because we're going to watch Mikey in here in about 11 minutes. Here comes the thunder. I saw the lightning. 1, 2, 3. Boom. There it goes. That was probably like 4 or 5 miles away. You ever do that counting numbers of when you see lightning and then the thunder comes? I think it's like for every 4 seconds or 5 seconds, it's a mile away. Jojo, I'm in Arizona. You are? State that my peeps buy from the most of New York, Florida, and Montana. Oh, wow, Montana? I don't think I've had much, but Eric has New York, Florida, Cali. So New York is a big one so far. Florida, Cali, Tejas. Um, Another one. This storm's coming from over from Henderson, working his way up, I believe, towards my area, northwest. The Tuckins, I see 124 in the room. 124. 124. What's going on? What's what? Is that a Funko Pop? Oh, in the chat. Oh, my bad. I was like, 124? Is that a Funko Pop number? It's 143 now. Thank you all, folks, for being in here. And this reminds me, I'm going to look at Mikey's his link because I'm supposed to. He didn't ask me for this. I just seen it. Oh, ladies and gents, we got Tiffany Thrifting Vegas in the house. Oh my god, my friend is here amongst other amazing friends. Tiffany, you're awesome. I hope you know that. But if you don't, I just told you. You heard it here first. Yeah, we're gonna raid Mikey. Not right now. We got a few minutes to go. I didn't want to be here long, which is really good to give me a time crunch. Um, why am I not letting me do it? Mikey bags. Moolah. He's gonna be at Whole Foods, but I think you could raid from inside. You could raid from inside your. Is that at the bottom? I've never done a raid before, but I'm pretty sure you could do it here in YouTube. I know it's not whatnot, but I'm pretty sure it's in here. Oh, either way, I'll put it here in a moment. We got Brian in the house. Yo, Sonny, what's up, bro? Nanziara Empito. Hi, Sonny. Hello. MJ and jewelry finding jewelry. I love jewelry. I just got a box of jewelry, folks. A box of jewelry right here. I'm gonna do a box opening probably not next week, but later on, of orders that I got from online. It's okay, boy. Tips over here right below me shivering. It's okay. I got a few minutes, boy. Okay. You're all right here. It's just thunder. It's not gonna hurt you. I need to get him one of those vests. Dogs have a thing on Amazon and other places that have a comforting vest for thunder and lightning. We got Rita in the house. Your wife is from my country. Oh, como está, anak? You're from the Philippines? I believe Karla was born in, I want to say Manila. At least she was born there, and I think her mom's from there, but her dad was from some mountainside. Um, Next year, I am hoping to go uh, to the motherland, um, to the Philippines. So I need to get my passport. Has anybody ever been to the Philippines? I can't wait to go. I want to eat a lot of fried food. I also want to see some of the beaches that are out there. I've seen some photos and videos how crazy and amazing the Philippines are, but I also want to see if there's a place where I could go thrifting at because a lot of things get donated over there and brought over there. I know I donate a lot of stuff, but I'm going to try to make some connections when I do go. So, salamat MJ for stopping by. I hope you continue following me. Where's everybody watching from? MJ in here is from my wife's country, the Philippines. It's okay, boy. It's just raining now. That's just rain. It's okay. He's like, Sherry Weeks. I just started watching you. I have enjoyed watching you pick jewelry. I have started selling it recently, and I have done well. I'm so happy that you're doing well. I thought jewelry was gonna be difficult. I just sparked interest when Tiffany Thrifting Vegas, who I assumed she liked jewelry, and then when I asked her recently, after like a year later, we went to the flea market together, and I asked her, and she was like, "I don't like jewelry," and I was like, "What? Say that again?" But if any of y'all have ever watched me on Cat the Nurse Flipper's live panel or Tuesday live chats, you will know I am notorious for hearing things that have never been said face to face people. I get questions like, say, I read this question right on Cat the Nurse Flipper channel, and my brain is reading a totally different question, and they're okay with me, and I really like that because of a combination of things, like mental illness and just issues that I'm still welcome for being okay with being wrong. Like they just giggle to themselves. They don't make me feel bad. They're just like, huh, I see where you got that from. But I'm going to answer the question that they gave us, whoever's on the panel. And I find it really funny, but I find it very welcoming. And that's one of the biggest things that I've really enjoyed being a reseller here and sharing my content is that I'm welcomed. And I think that's one of the biggest things I was seeking for a long time in my life, ever since I was a child, was just seeking being welcomed and being part of something much bigger than yourself, and that is community. And one thing about the Boss Reseller Remix, I applied to be a speaker, and somehow Katie and Vicky are like, I think he's okay enough. Let's give him a chance. So I'm going to be speaking at the Boss Reseller Remix about community. And I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do to talk about it. If I'm going to be on my own, I'm going to be seeing Katie and Vicky this Thursday. Um, they do more than just the Boss Reseller Remix. They also have events at their house that they get people together. Some things are more private than others. Some things are more open to the community, especially if you're here locally. And Ryan and Ali, Rally Roots, are going to be here or for a few days this coming week, and we're gonna go over that their house, and I'm gonna get some more questions because a lot of speaking is new to me. I could speak here my own way, but when it comes to something more of focusing on a topic and sticking to it, I need some practice, and I'm gonna get some pointers from them. They do a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna go on, a lot of good things, some donations for a great cause, for unfortunate events, and that's one thing I was talking to Mikey Bags of Money about yesterday. Something that I want to do, and he was like, "All right, we'll do it." So we're also gonna go. All right, I am not gonna thrift. Right, I said that earlier, and I said in a previous video, I am not gonna go thrifting. I'm gonna get organized. I'm gonna get my space back, my office, my hallway. Um, I still have my storage unit, um, and my garage needs some work, right? But there's a lot of things that I need to get before I go thrifting again. So I already have some stuff that I'm listing. I'm going to continue listing, but one of the changes to me gonna thrift anyways is that ever since going to Hawaii, Mikey has asked, "Hey, let's go thrift together." And I was gonna do it, but then I felt like so rushed to go to Hawaii that I didn't feel like it was enough time. And I said, "Hey, can we do it later?" And he was like, "Yeah." So, and then we both went to camp listing party together, separately, but together we're both out there. And then FleeCon and other things going on to where he's like, "Hey, can we do this Tuesday?" And that found to be the best day. So next week, Tuesday, we're going to be meeting up. We're going to have a video together, share that out separately on our own pages. And Lisa, where's the hat at? Do I have the hat? I had it up over here. The Hunt for Vintage, shout out to Lisa. If y'all saw the video with me and Carrie and I, who did an unboxing, Lisa, this crazy lady, sent us another box. And the only time I have to be there to open the box, um, to match Carrie's schedule is going to be Thursday. So Thursday, I'm going to meet up with Carrie. She's going to record a video of her own of the unboxing as well, and then we're going to share that before she goes off to. Man, if y'all thought I was busy, Carrie is going to be busier. Coming up very, very soon. I'm excited for her because she's also going to Hawaii. She's never been out there to the Aina, I believe Oahu, and that'll be the safe zone for now. But I'm really excited for her to go with Jeffrey Parker and see Hawaii. It's really beautiful out there. Swamp Picker Glenn, how you doing? Got Kristen in the house. Oh, Kristen is gonna be, or is Kristen? Kristen and Angie Resales are gonna be out here at FlipCon as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. You missed me yet? Paul, I always miss you, dude. When I ended up walking, we got like 2 minutes before Mikey goes on. Let me see. Let me see. I thought that was the thing. I'm gonna put his link up in here, but I thought that was something. Any of y'all know who do StreamYard or YouTube, where to put the link at to forward everybody to their channel? I can't find it. I thought it would be easier to find. I've seen it before. But let me get Mikey's link because I am notorious with forgetting. Settings? Is it settings? Community? No, that's not it. Either way, I'll put it inside the chat. Hold on, folks. And I'll tell you about Paul. Hmm. All right, here's the link for Mikey Bags of Money. So not done yet, but we're gonna go over there in a minute, folks. When he goes live. So let me refresh. He's usually right on time. Today is the 18th. Yeah. I was like, wait, is it tomorrow today? But anyways, Paul, is he highlighted? Yes. Paul Philly Flipper, him and his 30 something YouTube channels. The guy is crushing it. I have been following Paul for quite some time too as well. With Glenn, who is I just highlighted, he is always working. Where is he at? Glenn Rayer. Guy's a workaholic, always busy, always active, always supporting the community, as well as a lot of people here in here. But Paul has been one that I've been following for some time now, and finally meeting him in person. This was me. I'm gonna reenact what happened, right? So I'm just walking. All of a sudden, there's like, people from a distance look like little ants. Well, he looked like a giant next to little ants from across like a 1,000-foot room. And I'm just like, man, as I getting closer to him, I'm just like, holy, that's a big boy. That's all I thought. And then we hug each other, and I'm like, he put his arm, and I'm like, nah, like I gotta hug him. Like, I don't know. You get so close to people online that it feels like you've seen them in person all this time. But it was really nice to see him and a lot of other people in person. And I hugged them several times. I'm a hugger, folks. Put in the comments if you're a hugger or not a hugger. Because I am. I'm a huge on hugging. Um, what's going on in here? Adam, also another great person. I had a little sound effects when he was in my video, uh, talking about a sword, and it was like swing. I gave the little swing in it. And Paul, speaking of swing, 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 swing. If you know what movie that's from, he was one of those characters. So I saw it, and I was looking at Paul's t-shirt and his hat, and I was like, swing, 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 swing. Everybody, how's it going? It's going good, Adam. Good seeing you again. Got to meet Adam in person, hang out with them. Him and Scott, the Cha-Ching King, just amazing, fun people, folks. Like, I I believe like when you just get an aura about somebody, good or bad, like it'll either push you away really hard or uh, it pulls you in smoothly, comfortably. And that was them too. Adam and Scott, I was just really, they just made me smile the whole time. It was just really cool being around them. I'm gonna hunt for a new therapist because I'm just quit going to one because she kept falling asleep. Oh wow, that is horrible. Wow. Oh, Mikey's on, folks. Mikey is on. We're gonna end this. I just want to see how y'all doing, and I'm gonna do this more often next week. I'm gonna be on. Hold on, let me get this in here. Mikey Bags of Money. Follow the link at the bottom. I'm gonna be on for a few minutes while everybody's floods over there. Tell them who sent you over there. Give me a little credit. You don't really need to. I really don't care. But that sucks for somebody to fall asleep. One of my worst things, an appointment wasn't a therapist, it was a doctor. And this is was supposed to be the doctor that was going to be part of my rating for benefits. What's up, Poochie? Got Poochie in the house. We're in Vegas. What happened to the weather? Why'd you bring it over here, Poochie? Mikey said he was gonna be meeting up with you, so I'm really happy for that. He just told me that yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And I've been hearing a lot more about you. I'm new to your channel, but I've been hearing a lot here locally of your name. Good things. Good things. Wink, wink. But yeah, I'm really happy to see what you're gonna come out with. Betsy Owings. Good evening, Sonny from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin. 110 people. Yes, go over there to Mikey Bags of Money. Uh, we got Asia Cruz in the house. What's up, Asia? It's been a while, huh? How you doing? Guitar Missy. What's up, everybody? I'm not gonna be on long. Today it was spontaneous, no warning, no nothing. I was just gonna jump on. I wanted to say hello and see how everybody's doing, and I'm getting nothing but good vibes coming in, and I appreciate every one of you. I'm gonna end up going over to Mikey Bags of Money's live where he's at right now. Jojo, the thrifty teacher jewelry is fun and easy to sell. It is. It's also jewelry is fascinating. Not so like it's artsy to me. I love the art aspect, the creativity of what people made. And I had just seen I'm following somebody on Instagram. I'm still new to them, so their name's not sticking in my head. But it's a lady who does like a little history dialogue of actual items that she has. And one of the brooches, actually a handful of brooches, she had actual teeth and that were made like the petals of the flower or the bud of the flower. And I was like, wow, that is gross, but that is beautiful at the same time to have teeth in a brooch from your siblings or kids or whatever. And I was like, wow, that's cool. But you said that's normal and that's what people would do back in the day. They would make their own jewelry. And I was like, I'm gonna start looking for some teeth out there and put it under my pillow to get some coins from the tooth fairy. I wonder if they'll still give me change or return the sender. I don't know. Only I only like jewelry for me. Oh, I missed a lot of D Fletcher. I'm a hugger. Yes. Oh, who is this? Commonwealth Flipper? Dang, I just mixed a sexy hair and a sexy voice. No, I have to watch Mikey. Yeah. Yeah, he's much more entertaining than what I am. But he's a great guy to follow. He didn't pay me to get people his way, but it's cool. I'll have him buy me a iced tea or something. Heather, how you doing? Hi, Heather. Eel. That's what I thought, but it's a beautiful story. Like to be that creative and do it. When you look at the brooches, if you come across them, like they look pretty. I would never known that there were teeth, but I'm pretty sure when I was seeing it in that little video on Instagram, that it would have been like, that looks like what is that? Is that resin? Like, did they make resin back then? Like what? And then teeth. I would have probably guessed teeth, but I wouldn't believe it until she shared it. It's pretty cool what people buy and have and created out there. Few minutes left, folks. We're gonna go over to Mikey Bags of Money. If you want to join us over there, we're gonna hop up in there. Look at that. It added Sonny Karla life. Why did it add my Facebook? I don't have my Facebook on here. That's not an active account, so I wouldn't follow it. But there is a Sonny Las Vegas if you want to follow it. Ladies and gents, hop on over to Mikey Bags of Money's live right now. It's going on. I'm going to hop into there myself. Next week, Friday, we're going to be talking with Katie and Vicky and Teresa Cox, I believe. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all. A little hair flip. Let's go. Laters, folks.